Okay. You're all getting muted.
Voice, and that's given.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So my name is Rebecca, and I'm excited to share with you guys, along with Lauren, about a new company that we're working with called Amare Global, and a little bit of background on me. So I have been in the health and wellness space for 8 years now.
I gotta listen to this.
And hold on, you guys go ahead and mute yourselves as well as you're coming on, because I hear some noises. All right, cool. So I've been in the health and wellness space for the past 8 years, and I have always really been very diligent and passionate about what it is that I put in my body, what I put in my family's body. I'm married. I have 2 little kids that are 3 and 6. Wow, somebody's got a lively party going on tonight. Okay, back to my story. So, Lauren, you can actually probably go through and do muting too if you see people coming on and not muting. You should be able to. So anyway, for the past 8 years, I've been in health and wellness. What I put in my body has always been super important to me, and I've always felt pretty good. Prior to getting into health and wellness, I definitely ate your standard American diet, didn't feel so great. But once I got things in check and kind of moving along, I started feeling really good. About a year ago, I found myself like not being able to get off the couch. And I know that sounds super dramatic, but it's really true. I was exhausted all the time. And I started getting really, really worried about my health, to be honest with you. So I went to the doctor, got full blood work done, and what I ended up finding out was that it was actually my thyroid. My thyroid had, basically I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which is very normal to be lethargic and really tired from. But what came along with those feelings was also tons of anxiety about my health. So I don't know if you guys can relate to that snowball effect, but for me, that's what happened is, from not feeling well and from not feeling like I could be a good mom to my kids and not feeling like I could be a good wife because I was so exhausted all the time, then I just started getting all this anxiety about my health and what was going to happen in the future. So thankfully I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and I was put on prescription medication for that. And I started to feel a lot better. It was the first time in my life I've ever been on a prescription, but I was 100% open to it because I needed to feel better. So I started to feel better. I definitely was not 100%, but I probably went from like a 3 to a 5, and that was a huge win for me. So over the course of the last year, I've been really just, trying to work on myself, trying to figure out how it is that I can continue to improve my health. I was taking tons and tons of supplements and other herbs and things like that from various health practitioners, trying to figure it all out. And about 2 months ago, I was introduced to this company, Amare Global. It's a mental wellness company for those of you guys who are not familiar with it. And their focus is on gut health and how that relates to general health, but also your mental wellness. So I was really, really excited to start using these products because everything that I've read over the past couple of years has been all about gut health and the microbiome. All emerging science and research leads back to this really, really cool emerging science that we're seeing right now around the microbiome. So I was excited to give these products a try. I thought maybe it would be the answer to some of the health issues that I've been having over the past year, but I never get too excited because I've tried so many things. So I started using the products about 60 days ago, and it's been amazing how much better I felt. I'd say within 2 weeks, my energy came back to what it had been before the thyroid stuff. And most importantly, though, my anxiety has completely gone away. And to be able to live your life free of anxiety about the daily stressors, about, the health anxiety I have has been truly amazing. And it really made me realize how important this gut health topic is. So that is my story, and that's why I'm here. But really, most importantly, what I love about this is being somebody who's been working in health and wellness for 8 years. When you find something that works for you, you've got to share it with other people, because if it can make an impact on your life, it can absolutely make an impact on other people's lives. So I just knew this was something I had to be a part of. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but it was a gut feeling. I knew that it was something I had to be a part of. So the company is called Amare, which means to love in Latin. And the philosophy is really loving yourself first, and everything else will fall into place. And that fits so perfectly with my story, and I know Lauren's story as well, because for me, it was really about getting my own health in check before I could really bring this to other people and make an impact on other people's lives. So I want to turn this back to you guys who are on the call tonight. I think that, so many of us are dealing with stress and anxiety and depression, or just basically feeling crappy on a daily basis. So maybe, you're on this call tonight and you're thinking, yeah, but that's normal, right? Everyone feels a little bit crappy. Everyone has sleep issues. Everyone has focus issues. We're getting older, energy, clarity, it's not quite where it used to be. So if you're on this call and you're kind of feeling like that's your everyday, that's your usual, or maybe you just feel a little bit off, you're definitely in the right place, because it's not unique to just you. I think so many of us are feeling this way on a daily basis. You are definitely not alone. So one of the reasons why I'm so interested in what we're doing at Amare with this gut brain connection is because prior to the past few years, we've always been saying that obesity, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease are the 4 major causes of death and disease in America. And they're certainly very important. But what we're starting to see now is that stress is becoming the health epidemic of the 21st century. And this is what we're going to see our children grow up with. So any of you guys who are on this call that are parents, I know that we're all seeing this more and more, and it's really hard as a parent to see your kids go through this. So just a couple statistics to throw out there. 800,000 people die of suicide each year. 90% of adolescents have a depressive disorder before the age of 18. 350 million are affected by depression each year. And then this one is huge for me too, and any of you moms who are listening, 20% of new mothers in the US report postpartum depression each year. So this is a real issue that we've got to get a handle on. And I think what is so cool about what we're doing is that for so many years, we've said that this is all starts in your brain. But what we're starting to learn is that it really starts in your gut. So I'm going to turn things over to Lauren now, and she's going to give you a lot more information on the science and how this stuff all works.
All right, guys. So switching gears here over to the science part of it. My name is Lauren Napoli, and I will tell you my story in just a minute. But basically, this whole idea of mental health, the previous years of studying this topic has pointed everything towards our brains. So the way that we look at mental health, we are figuring that the brain is the primary source to addressing mental wellness, the problems and the answers. And the way that we've been treating that is with pharmaceutical drugs. And the latest science, the past 2 to 5 years, have been finding out some amazing discoveries. So we're looking at this as, are we doing the right thing by only addressing the brain? Science now is telling us that we actually have a second brain, which is down in our gut. When we address our gut and we get our guts healthy, it does wonders for our mental wellness. And your intestines, your gut, it's all considered the microbiome. And right now we have trillions of bacteria in there. And depending on whether they're good bacteria or bad bacteria, totally affects how we are thinking about our day, going about our day, our energy levels, our outlook, you name it. So by addressing the second brain down in our gut, we can actually improve our lives dramatically. So is your gut healthy? How do you know if you have the good bacteria or the bad bacteria? Well, think about it. how was your day? Are you like focused and confident and just nailing it? Or are you all over the place, emotional roller coaster? I mean, what kinds of thoughts are you thinking? Are you thinking positive thoughts? Are you thinking negative thoughts? All of this can tell you about how your gut is functioning. So continue, please. Thinking about your own situation, here's a kind of a spectrum to show you what we normalize in society today is fatigue, tension, brain fog, headaches. Like, this is all considered normal. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in the normal range. I want to live in the optimized range. And being on these products for about a month now, I truly feel like I'm moving up the spectrum towards the optimized wellness. And what Amare offers are 100% all natural products that address our gut health, that address our brain health, and they address the axis flowing between the two. So we have 12 products at Amare. I'm going to just point out a few of my favorites. This box here, which is shown in the middle, contains the fundamentals kit. We have the Mentibiotics, which is a scoop of powder you take with breakfast, mix it in some water or some juice, take it down. This puts the good bacteria, the probiotics, plus the prebiotics, which is the food for the bacteria, and some phytobiotics. This addresses your gut. It helps replace and restore your gut health. The second product in here is the Mentafocus, which targets your brain health. And the third product is Mentasync, which helps getting the brain and the gut to communicate properly, because a lot of times there's a lack of communication between the two. So the good dopamine, serotonin, which is actually produced in your gut, isn't traveling up to your brain necessarily. So there could be like some kind of miscommunication there. And so many conditions that we face today is a result of the lack of communication between the gut and the brain. So these three products together is the solution to figuring out that piece of the puzzle. I was going to go talk about this real quick. This energy is a drink that I absolutely love. I am a mom. I have 3 children, a couple of jobs, a very busy lifestyle. And like Rebecca, I was suffering from such low energy prior to Amare, and I couldn't figure it out. I've been in the health and wellness industry for 7 years. I am a board-certified holistic health practitioner, and I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't sure why I was taking like the best quality products, and I couldn't get myself to feel good. I was fine, but not living optimally. So this energy product has definitely helped me restore a great energy, mental focus, everything to carry out through my day. And the last product I'm going to tell you about is my absolute favorite. It's called Mood. And immediately it helps relieve the stress, the anxiety that you face. I don't know about you guys, but mornings before school are the worst, most stressful part of my day. Getting 3 kids dressed, fed, packed, backpacks packed, lunches made, snacks, water bottles, you name it. There's complete chaos in my house most mornings, and that can set you back like a few hours just to recover. At least it does for me. But taking Mood as soon as I wake up, it's like a calm has come over the house. And I give these products to my children as well. And we are seeing amazing results in the household environment, in the dynamics between everybody in this house in just a month. I mean, it's phenomenal, the little things that have changed here. So that's a little bit about the products. I'm going to pass it back to Rebecca.
Yeah. Do you have sleep there, Lauren?
I do not right here. Sorry.
Okay. I'll give a quick sleep testimonial on that before we move on too. I don't know if any of you guys struggle with sleep. It's certainly not something that I've personally struggled with, but we have sleep issues in our house. Our kids still wake up in the middle of the night all the time. And it really creates a very difficult environment when your kids are waking up all night long. So the past actually 4 days, I've started giving half of that sleep capsule. You can open it up and it's a powder. I've been dumping half in my kids' water bottles right before bed. And we've had 3 straight nights now with 0 wake ups. And my little one, who's almost impossible to get to sleep, I sent Lauren a picture earlier because she literally just fell asleep on the couch. And I carried her up to bed and she was out. Which for me, you know, Lauren's saying mornings are the most difficult. For me, evenings are the most difficult because bedtime is so hard and then they're up all night long. So to be able to use these products with our kids as well and really see results has been such an amazing thing. And the reason why I feel comfortable giving them to my kids is because of the fact that the ingredients are very natural and very pure. So there's no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. Everything's natural, everything's safe, and it's 100% guaranteed. So you don't have to worry about any gross contaminants being in any of the products. One of the things I love about these products is that we're using the most cutting edge science. The gut brain research, the microbiome research, it's really only about 3 years old. It's a very emerging topic in science and nutrition. So we're using this really modern innovation, but we're coupling it with ancient wisdom. So Ayurveda, acupuncture, herbs, like these are all Chinese medicine. These are all things that are influenced in our products. So there's a very big Eastern medicine influence. So herbs that are 3,000 to 5,000 years old and have been used for a really long time are being coupled with this modern innovation in science. And it's so freaking cool. I'm just really excited about it. Sorry. So modern innovation, ancient wisdom, and then everything is backed by research and science and analytical verification. So we can guarantee the safety and the purity and the potency. And then to the icing on the cake to top it off, it's all ethically sourced. So it's sustainable field to customer supply manufacturing chain. So you can feel really confident that not only are these products working really well, but they're also super safe enough that both Lauren and I would feel comfortable giving them to our small children.
For sure.
So one of the questions that we'll often get is, are these products organic? So what's really important to mention is that our products are beyond organic, and that's because organic really only considers pesticides. So what we do is we consider many more aspects of the product quality. So purity is important, potency is important, the stability of the product is important, the consistency, there's no pathogens, heavy metals, environmental toxins. So we're considering way more than just pesticides, and we're making sure that these products are super clean and pure.
An example I always like to give is, say you head into Whole Foods and you buy an organic head of romaine lettuce. Organic really refers to the method of farming they're using. Like Rebecca said, they're farming without pesticides, and of course they're non-GMO. But nobody's testing that organic head of lettuce before it hits the shelf in the store, because just because it's not grown with pesticides doesn't mean that it isn't totally contaminated with pesticides, because Mother Nature knows no boundaries. There could be a farm right next door whose rainwater washes down into the organic farm, and you could be eating something that is more contaminated than a non-organic head of lettuce. But just so you know, this company tests our products. We test the raw materials, we test during production, and then we test the finished products. So that's triple tested to allow no contaminants in these products whatsoever. So something that we're super excited about is the timing of all of this. Just like Rebecca said, this is the new emerging science. It's been really hot the past 3 to 5 years, focusing on mental wellness through the gut-brain axis. And Amare is the only company in this arena that has offered a natural solution to mental wellness. It's a $1 trillion industry, and Amare is leading the way as far as offering this natural solution.
Okay, so to just to piggyback on what Lauren just said, there are so many companies in this kind of like direct selling industry. There's so many nutrition companies out there. But what I've really noticed is that most of them are doing the same thing with a different spin. So one of the things that really attracted me to this company, not only because the products are amazing and they work, but to align yourself with a company that's truly doing something unique and different is so brilliant. So what I love about this is we all have the opportunity to be early adopters, right? So when you think back to trends, right? Things that have become really big over the past 5 to 10 years, things that come to my mind are like YouTube, Airbnb, Uber. Those are 3 that really come to mind, right? And they were all literally the first to market in their category, and the timing was perfect, right? So Uber came at a time when the economy was crashing, people needed jobs. It was just really smart, as did Airbnb. You know, people didn't have the money to travel, and they also needed another source of income. So to me, what Amare is doing falls in that category of being perfect timing, first to market, and something that's going to become huge. There's a woman on the team who actually works in research, cancer research. And she said that they're getting phone calls every single day asking about this microbiome research, gut brain access. And pharmaceuticals are about 10 years out. So we have the opportunity to really be the first to market with a much needed solution. And I'm just really excited about being one of those early adopters. And what's really cool about this is, as wellness partners, we have the opportunity to share that with you guys. So it's not just for me and Lauren. This is for anybody who wants to jump in and be a part of this.
And what I love about this company is that it's not just, we're not just selling products. We're not just, you know, trying to make a living here. It's an actual move. Amare knows who they are, what kind of impact they want to make on this planet, and they're very service driven. Their core values are love, integrity, humility, service, and innovation. And those are very important core values to myself in the way that I choose to, you know, live my life. So of course I would want to align with a company that expresses those in everything that they do. And they truly want to change the world and do it in a natural and a safe way. And that is something that our family has chosen to align with. And it's just very exciting how many people are seeing this opportunity and wanting the same thing.
Awesome. So we're going to wrap up now. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have questions about this, we really encourage you to talk to the person who invited you to be here tonight. I also really encourage you to jump in full throttle because this company is growing, and it's growing really quickly, and it's really exciting to be a part of. And the timing is really just there. So talk to the person who invited you, ask your questions, but jump in, because this is going to be an amazing, wild ride, and we want to enjoy it with as many people who are as passionate about this as we are as possible.
Absolutely, guys. Take care. Have a great night. Thanks so much.